It's like Christmas today. Welcome, I'm Patrick from the Fascia channel, and today I've brought you some presents, namely the evening miracle. So first things first, I have to tell you the story behind it because it's quite funny. If you're on the internet like I am, quite present, then once or twice a week you get some emails from some people who have reinvented the wheel and really want to present their best product to you, and yes, I always look at and listen to the whole thing and usually come to the conclusion, well, that already existed or already exists in a similar form and you've done it quite nicely, but well, like this. This time was actually different. This time, about 6 months ago, a therapist friend of mine said to me, have you ever tried the evening miracle? Evening miracle, what's that? Well, he said, we therapists always have problems with our arms. I'm also having real problems at the moment because I have a lot of patients to treat at the moment and my left arm is causing me a lot of trouble. In other words, if you have problems in your wrist, i.e. the wrist itself or carpal tunnel syndrome, golfer's elbow, tennis elbow, something like that, then the thing is, as we've already explained in many videos, you basically have to work through these fascia here. And 𝗔𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗿, who invented this one, the evening miracle, thought about how difficult it is to do this on your own. And if you know our exercise where we roll with the little mini roller, it works, but of course it's nicer if you have someone to squeeze it in, so to speak. The colleague told me that it's like a hole where you stick your arm in and then it's all free afterwards. I thought, that sounds funny. Funnily enough, that was about half a year ago. Then a month ago, I received a letter from 𝗔𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺 saying, watch out, I'd like to introduce you to the evening miracle. This time I was different because I was curious, because my colleague had already recommended it to me, and now of course I wanted to know what it actually was. We then spoke on the phone, 𝗔𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺 and I, and he sent me one of these things, and now the ultimate, I haven't actually looked at it before. This really is the absolute premiere, the unboxing of 𝗔𝗿𝗺𝗺𝗺, a blessing for your arms. Let's take a look, and of course I'll be testing it out over the next fortnight and then making a behind-the-scenes video for you with a review. Exactly. There are different models as shown on the back. There is the model, the starter set, which includes these wheels, the professional set, and you can always convert everything. So much for the information in advance. Let's get started, set it up, and here's the description of it, and then a personal address and how it actually works. You fix it and put your arm through it. That's the theory, and now let's just see what's in here. So here it is. Dear customer, how do I adjust the whole thing? How can I set the degree of hardness? Which instruments can I set there, and how does it work? So it's relatively clear that you put your arm into a resistance and loosen the fascia, just like when rolling, with the difference that you do it from above and below, so to speak, all around at the same time, and that's relatively exciting. So the idea is not entirely wrong, and yes, let's see. So what do I have in here? First of all, I have a guide rail here, which will probably be used to fix the whole thing to the table, for example. I have a hard foam roller here, which is flexible, so it can rotate and is obviously hooked in here. Let's take another look. Then a ball, so if I want to do something selectively, you know that too. Rolling with the ball, or from my video, I like to use a tennis ball. That's exactly what's included as equipment for this so-called arm miracle. Yes, and it's actually made by hand, made in Germany, as I was told. And then we have another one here, so I can install the hard foam roller both at the top and bottom, as well as pre-assembled as it is now. I have a spring mechanism here on the left and right, i.e. at the top and bottom, and I can simply turn the spring further down on these adjusting screws, i.e. apply more or less tension. So that's now ordered to a center position. I take once. The box to the side so that we have a bit of space. And the idea actually seems to be to fix the thing here to the table, put it in there, and then actually I'll put it on my thigh, push the arm through here like this, and Yes, it's quite intense, but I can also intensify it again here. And wow, it's really crisp, especially up here in this area. I notice that it's getting pretty intense. Logically, not down here because the arm gets thinner, but I can also go more between the balls. So it's quite exciting. I get it really amazingly well fixed on my thigh. I wouldn't have thought that now. That was a bit of a concern of mine. And then you can really roll. I'm really excited about that. I would do that for you 10 days ago. Or you can also do it crosswise. It's really crisp. It also really hurts for me. So as I said, I currently have problems with my forearm, especially the wrist transition. I'm simply being treated far too much at the moment and not doing enough for myself. That's what I always preach. Take care of yourself. Be good to yourself. I've just neglected that a bit, and it's taking its toll now. So all the better that I've just got this arm miracle by chance. And yes, it feels really, really cool. As I said, you can still adjust it here. And what you can do is actually here simply with such quick release screws. To take it off once, that's a funny pattern, and then you can change the whole thing accordingly. Into a hard foam roll. Now I've slipped out here like this. Hard foam roll up. Then accordingly here, the envelope area again. The metal fixation, screw on the screw, and it's actually that easy to change it on both sides. I hook the whole thing back in, and yes, it's actually quite different with the roller, because logically I have a punctual history with the balls. Here I now really have this roller, a flat area, and of course I can now also rotate my arm a bit to take other areas with me. So that's really, really good, especially for what I have at the moment. So without knowing what the end result will be. But it's pretty cool if you really have problems in your forearm, i.e. in the elbow area, tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, or carpal tunnel or something like that. Then it's really, really good. Yes, as I said, I'll show you my review of the Arm Wonder in 2 weeks' time. So far, I'm pretty impressed. The workmanship is also pretty cool because it's really fresh wood and it's really made by hand. It's a great thing. Someone really put a lot of thought into it. So far, big praise to Jan Beck for the Arm Wonder, and as I said, we'll be testing it out in 2 weeks. Of course, I won't just be doing one arm, but the other arm too. I'll see you again soon, and I can't wait to tell you about it.